Hello everyone, this is Jotto, and welcome to the first episode of Legend to Rank 1, where the idea is that I'm going to play for about 5 games, I think, is the ballpark there. I'm expecting that to take about 30-35 minutes, but yeah, 5 games, see if I can grind up from my current rank and eventually reach rank 1. Now, we're starting off at rank 10. Was at 9 earlier, but it seems to have decayed a little bit. And I am playing the mid-range archer deck that I did a deck tech on yesterday. So by all means, go and check that out in the description. Yeah, the aim is that I'm going to be uploading every other day. Or, I don't know, it depends on how many videos I'm actually turning out. But every other day is my goal right now, which, for anyone that knows me, is probably thinking, oh yeah, he'll never meet that, which is... okay, that's a valid criticism, but we shall see. So yeah, I actually did grind up with this list as well yesterday from about... I think it was about 17 is where I ended up at. And played a lot of games, ended up at rank 8. But yeah, once you get to top 10, it gets ridiculous. Like, you win a game and sometimes you don't even go up a rank. I've won a game when I was at rank 9, and I stayed at rank 9. Won another game, went back to rank 8. Yeah, it kind of does that. Alright, so, first game. We're against Boren, who is playing Crusader, legend rank 92. We're going first. Now it's Crusader, so we're going to keep the Witch, but we need a 3-drop. That could be pretty good. So we're probably going to put the recruit in the shadow lane and then move him over. This matchup is favored for me, but it's very stressful because Crusaders are extremely aggro focused. So yeah, that's it's going to be interesting. If I get a prophecy on a werebat, I think I just win the game by default. But the Drain Necklace is also huge here. Pyromancer, that's going to be really, really good because a lot of these decks play reinforcements. Divine Fervor is what I'm concerned about. That's the main card that I'm worried about facing. Now, there's no support removal in this deck currently. However, I think if the metagame shifts back to Divine Fervor decks, then I'd definitely include some, but they're really not that many. It's mostly green decks nowadays. And also some Sorcerer. The Fiery Imp. Alright, we're just going to start with the Witch. I could go Fighter's Guild, but... yeah, I mean... if he has Ally, you could take it out and have a 3-3. That's really good for me, actually. So we get the uncontested Fighters Guild down. He used Rapid Shot, which means he got 2 for 1 to buy the Witch, and he's on the aggressive plan, not on the value plan. Okay, so what we're going to do here is just trade off and play another one. Now he has to invest something else into dealing with his Fighters Guild, and then I've got a Pyromancer to kill it regardless. He could have a buff and also the removal, but that's highly unlikely. Tier. Now that causes some problems. I'm just going to play the Smuggler and pass. That was a really bad turn for me. I don't want to play Pyro. The other play was Pyro next turn Crushing Blow, but I don't want to do that. And he has Pyros as well. And Sharpshooter. That allows me to Crushing Blow it. Okay, so we're going to shoot this. And then trade off here.
Awaiting orders.
So yeah, Crushing Blow, attack, and then play the Traitor? Could also play the Pyromancer, but doesn't actually kill anything, so I'll just play the Trader.
I'm on your side.
He's low on cards, but he is ahead on board right now, so he'll take me down to 21 here,
I'll kill you where you stand.
and then probably play another threat. Interesting. Now, I could play the Pyro here. I could move the 4-1 with the Smuggler, take it out, and then Pyro. But they both leave the same amount of damage in play. It's just this leaves me with a better board. Like, I could have a 2-3 and a 3-1. But 4-3 takes this out, and I can always save the Pyromancer is the point. Burn and Pillage, that's fine. That's actually really fine. Yeah, because he doesn't have any other plays. So what we're going to do now is just play this Vigilant Giant, and if he doesn't have Javelin, the game's over, because I've got Snake Tooth Necklace.
Zuma, take you.
But yeah, I'm going to play 5 games in this video, but the aim is to get it between 30 minutes and 45 minutes per video, so yeah. We shall see how long each game is on average.
I will push them back. I will push them back.
Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is switch over the Vigilant Giant and put a Drain Necklace on it.
There are ill winds this way.
I give him some cards, but he's also down a massive amount of life. And then we can just play the Avenger in this lane. Yeah, he got the Javelin, but that is completely okay. That Vigilant Giant took out a Rift Thane, it gave me 10 life, and a Dremia card. Another Crushing Blow.
Close ranks.
Interesting choice on the Crushing Blow.
Don't make me laugh. For the rift.
He dealt 10 damage to me there, which is a lot. Let's draw first. Bat. That's actually a really big draw. Take that out. And then just go for the bat. I don't think there's anything with charge in the deck. Not off one card. He's got the 2 0 mana 1/1s with charge, but he needs more than that. Munda Stone. That could be a problem in the future, not now. Another Vigilant Giant. Let's attack first. Play around Javelin.
My scales move in shadow.
I'm focusing in one lane because I've got double Pyromancer to clear out the shadow lane. And also this means that he kind of wants to contest the Werebat, but he can't. Yeah, he's hoping for lethal.
Tell me who needs bludgeoning.
Lethal would have been really, really good there, but now he's pretty much dead. He might actually just be dead here, I think. Yeah. Alright, win the first game. Good start, good start. Yeah, we got the Drain Necklace, and he never really got anything going. Went up the singular rank. Rank 9. Okay, let's see if we can find a second game here. Alright, we're against someone called Heisenberg. The Unvanquished. It is a scout, rank 13 scout nonetheless. Now, I can see this being a problem. I don't really want to keep Rapid Shot. Scouts have been an issue for this deck, I will admit. It's been not fantastic because I'm not playing the Burn and Pillage and such, so I don't have the aggro plan against Scout, which means I've got to sort of resort to a value plan, which is hard. So, yeah. We'll have to see how this goes. What I basically have to resort to win this matchup, especially with this hand, is 1-for-1ing him out, and then getting a critical mass board state before turn 9 or 10, and then just attacking him down in 2 turns. That's how I have to win. That's not too bad, because that means he basically skipped the first 3 turns.
Love a good fight. The hist revives.
That's slightly annoying. I could just move. I could silence it. Or I could just attack it and play another Avenger. There's also an argument for Crushing Blow here, but I think that's just bad. Because it's not mana efficient. Yeah, Thorn Hiss Mage is one of the main reasons why people run Scout Ramp over other ramps. It's because you get access to pretty much the best ramp card in the game. Okay.
If I fall, the hist will reclaim me.
That's not too bad. I could just silence this. I do kind of want to hold the silence for later though. I could also Crushing Blow this, attack, then Pyro. I do have Vigilant Giant. Let's just go for the bat. Trade bat.
Come dance with death.
It's a 1-for-1. It puts me behind on tempo, but it means I keep the flask. Jeez, alright. Tazcad. That's not too bad though, because I do have the Earthbone plus Pyro to deal with this Tazcad.
Mother of mud. If I fall,
Interesting choice giving me that.
reclaim me.
He's playing around Marshals and Jarls, I think.
Chaos take
Trade off, and then just go for the Pyro Spinner.
will not suffer your presence.
That deals with the Tazcad, and then next turn we got Vigilant Giant, and we're even on cards. I'm concerned about him having higher card quality later on in the game. My card quality is better than his in the mid game, but in the late game, that's where I'm concerned. Bat. Mammoth. I can always move over.
The day is mine.
He could have Leaf Lurker, but then he's still trading inefficiently. And I've got the Dune Smuggler to take out the Mammoth. Mummify? Okay. There's the Tazcad.
Hiding will not save you.
Nah, Glyph. The Glyph is a problem. Double Crushing Blow. Traitor. So next turn I can Tazcad plus
The day is mine.
use the Sharpshooter.
Kill you where you stand. Of course, I'm on your
Yeah.
side.
So next turn I can use Tazcad plus Sharpshooter to take out the Nahaglyph. I can't use Rapid Shock because I can't target it. And if he attacks me I get double Prophecy and he's already used Tazcad. Didn't hit either of them though.
By the egg, surrender.
Red Brahman.
My arrow shall fly true.
Alright, that deals with Nahaglyph. He's played 2 ramps, so he doesn't quite have Hissgrove. Not drawing Leaf Lurkers is presenting a bit of a problem here. So he can hit me again. And then just play some stuff in this lane, and then I'm in serious trouble. I need to draw leaf lurkers or something to maintain
Surrender
removal.
or die.
But that's not happening. I think the play on his side is just play double creatures in this lane, and then you might just win the game.
You must be cleansed.
That's what he's going for. Yeah, bit of an awkward silence. He's going all in though, so if I get out of this, then I'm in a good spot. Rapid shot this, actually. Snake Tooth Necklace. That is a very, very big draw.
I'll kill you where you stand.
The day is mine.
And then we're just gonna set up the werebat this turn.
What have we here?
We might actually beat him 1-for-1 because he's given me 5 additional cards. He does have the Hisgrove, but that's all I'm concerned about right now.
I am a child of darkness.
Knight's Shadow. There's our first cycle. That deals damage. It's not enough though. There you go. Alright.
If I fall, the hist will reclaim.
Okay, we're just gonna start setting up some extra damage in play because I have to deal with the Hisgrove when it triggers. This is gonna be a long game, regardless of whether or not I win. Unfortunately, I'm still taking 4. And one of them gets put in the shadow lane. That's what I'm concerned about. I still have yet to draw a Leaf Lurker this game, which is kind of nuts. I'm amazed I managed to get this far without a Leaf Lurker in this matchup. There it is. So I need one here. If I don't draw a Leaf Lurker, I'm dead. That's not a Leaf Lurker. Come on. I've got no way of drawing. Yeah, I'm just dead. I mean, if I had a Leaf Lurker that game, I think I would have won, but yeah. You don't always draw them, but that was incredibly unlucky not to draw them, because I did look at, well, I drew 5 additional, so I looked at least 25 cards there, I think. So half of the deck, and draw a single one, so that's just very, very unlucky. But yeah, I did actually manage to 1-for-1 the scout. And he drew Tazcad and Nahaglyphs and Red Brahman. So he actually did draw a lot. The only thing he didn't draw was the Blood Mage. So yeah, which is the main grindy card. So I guess that did swing it a little bit in my favor. But in general, I think that could actually work. I just need to actually draw Leaf Lurkers. If I draw Leaf Lurkers or Reavers, then I think I can actually win 1-for-1. Just in the value game in that matchup. But if you can't, there's nothing you can do. But yeah, very, very close game. He ended up aggroing me down, but I was so far ahead on cards that if I'd managed to deal with that last Swamp Lurk, like if I'd managed to deal with that 8-8 in the Shadow Lane, I would have probably won that game. Alright, game 3 against Boya, who is playing Scout again. Lots of Scouts. There's a Leaf Lurker, but we can't really keep it in opening hand. Alright, so let's try this again. So 1-for-1ing seemed to work last time. So let's see if we can try this out for a second time.
They make it too easy.
Alright, play the Fighter's Guild. If he has the lane swap, this could be problematic. If he has Dune Smuggler, then this is kind of nuts. It's that turn 1 cat purse, turn to Smuggler results in a 3-1 to 4-4.
I stand to serve.
Okay, this is not Ramp Scout. This just isn't Ramp Scout. Yeah, we're crushing, blowing, and armor. I'm not letting that sit and play. Alright.
The waters of life.
What? Tree Minder. Alright, we'll just play out the Shaman, put in the Shadow Lane to play around Cliff Racers. This is very confusing.
They cannot hope to outwit
Okay, Kinsman, yeah, I expect that.
Feed and bleed.
My sword hand itches.
Okay. So I'm gonna lose the 3-3 regardless, I think. I mean, I could go for Snake Tooth Necklace and then, like, curse this. Is there any other plays I have, though, besides that? Actually, yeah, I can just go for the Thieves Guild Recruit. And I kind of want to force him to invest, say, a Leaf Lurker into this. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is just curse the 1-1. So this way he has to sacrifice the Kinsman in to get the Leaf Lurker off. Or a Crushing Blow or anything like that.
My sword hand itches.
They make it.
Oh, he's in serious trouble.
You waste my breath.
He is in serious trouble here. Okay, so what we can do is Murkwater Witch, and then just take it out, and then play the Avenger in this lane and hold on to the curse. I don't actually need to use the curse here. So we've got 2 curses off the Shaman so far, and 8 life off the Necklace. Seems good, seems good.
If I fall, the hiss.
Fighters Guild Recruit.
Night Mother will
Not the most value play with a Shaman in play. Ungolem could present some problem, but he needs to deal with this Shaman. He just has not been able to. So now we get a second curse. And we can take out his entire board. And we still don't lose this Shaman. Yeah, just conceded. There's no way he comes back from that. That Shaman, he just never dealt with it. And I got 3 curses, and I think I would have got a 4th one, and I gained 12 life off that. Yeah, there was no way he was coming back from that. Although, the deck he was playing was slightly confusing. It was like some weird aggro version of Ramp. I mean, it could always just be a more budget list, but he was a rank 1, so it's not like the deck isn't working, because he's clearly winning games with it. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what kind of list he was playing there. But if you're playing a more aggressive deck, this is a bad matchup. Outside of Archer, the Archer aggro decks present some serious problems for this deck. Mostly because of Burn and Pillage. Burn and Pillage is the card that does it. Because, I mean, basically, the Prophecies screw over aggro decks in green. And the deck is very card efficient, but there's a lot of cards you can just play for low amounts of mana. So as a result, a lot of card advantage is very dangerous against this particular type of Archer deck. But Burn and Pillage kind of negates card advantage. So it just destroys you. And that's one of the worst matchups for this deck. I think Ramp Scout's pretty bad, but I think that yeah, Ramp Scout is pretty bad for this particular version, and then I'd say the worst matchup is probably Aggro Archer. It's probably the worst. Now, I do actually want to try a Aggro Archer variant myself at some point, because I think that deck is really good. I've no idea how good it is, because I haven't really played it, but it seems like it's doing really well on ladder. Alright, we are against someone with an impronounceable name. Sievshuk. Sievshuk? Probably butchered that. Anyway, I guess I keep the smuggler, actually. We're against Spellsword. I'll keep the smuggler, because I might get a 2-drop. Going second, you can keep the 3-drops, although it's still a little sketchy. Now, Spellsword's an interesting matchup because Divine Fervor presents some issues, but outside of that, it's really not scary. Siege Catapult. So I definitely want to play the Avenger in that lane next turn. It's unfortunate not having anything to play. I don't really want to play a blank Smuggler on the field. That's getting Crushing Blowed. Yeah, that's not sticking around. Siege Catapult is quite scary sometimes, especially for Archer, because it needs to be Leaf Lurkered pretty much, and it's a 2-drop. Getting past Vigilant Giant outside of Javelin is going to be hard, though.
It's time.
My sword is yours.
And yeah, he is playing a full like Siege Catapult deck. Now next turn I can go Sharpshooter Leaf Lurker on the Catapult. So he's going to play everything in this lane. Disciple? Oh, that's not good. I can move it over. It's just gonna get killed and he's gonna get a card.
The hist will reclaim me.
Halt!
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm going to kill this Disciple. That's actually better because it cycles. Rapid Shot, Leaf Lurker,
Come dance with
clear out a lot of that board, so now he needs 2 creatures to actually get the Catapult online. I mean, like, Catapult looks like it's not doing much here, but he already has hit for 5 with it. Like, Catapult does a lot of damage. I have played Catapult decks before for quite a while, and they're not bad. If you're playing tokens, it works really, really well, although they're actually not that bad in the mid-range variants, because a lot of the token cards don't actually make Catapult attack more. Because if you just focus on one lane, you're getting the same amount of creature output in each lane, because a lot of the token cards put 1 in each lane, not 2 in one lane, and that's the main thing. The reason you want token cards is Pit Lion, because Pit Lion is like dependent on that. Okay, so I think now we use the Smuggler. Smuggler plus Kinsman.
Come dance with death.
Put the Smuggler in this lane, actually. Well, no, I'm going to trade it off. Alright.
Our ill wins this day.
Do I attack?
Doom on, take
Might as well.
They cannot hope to outwit me.
I'm trying to contest this lane as much as possible because I want to play Vigilant Giant next turn, and yeah, it could be problematic if he has some taunts. Because I need to kill this armor. That is not a taunt.
Who goes there?
That is a taunt.
I live.
So they're 2/4s, which isn't actually that scary.
Your death is my command.
Sure. Now, which lane do I want it in? Probably this one, actually. There is actually another play here, where I can Smuggler to clear this out, and then play the Werebat, and also a Sharpshooter. Maybe that's better, because I want him to maybe have to Javelin something. Alright, so we'll,
Take you.
actually we don't need the Smuggler, because he didn't trade. I mean, we don't need the Sharpshooter, because he didn't trade. So we're going to go for the Smuggler. And I want to trade that off. Okay.
Our ill
smuggler, the kinsman. Play the bat. Trade.
Come dance with death.
So now he might actually have to javelin this thing, because that is a serious problem to deal with. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes out the 4-1 here. He doesn't want to miss damage, but it's kind of like, well, you could force the trade. Siege catapult. Now, trading here is actually fine for me, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Because it means I just get a clean Vigilant Giant on. Now, I want to play the Sharpshooter first,
Come dance with death.
just to play around Midnight Sweep. And then we get the Vigilant Giant down. I'm playing it in the field lane because it basically makes this thing completely useless, because he has to play taunts in front of it, otherwise he's going to die. Or he has to javelin it. And I don't mind taking 8 because I'm on 25 life. Alright, what have you got? You got 9 mana, that could be a Javelin plus a Hive Defender, that could potentially cause a few issues.
You must be clever.
Shadowfan, so he's going to silence 8/8. That doesn't do anything.
The moons give this one strength.
I think he's just dead. Yeah, I think he's actually just dead. I'm attacking with the 8/8 first before the 1/1 because I've got Rapid Shot plus the 1/1 to take out some taunts.
Who goes there?
And case in point,
I live to serve.
he's still dead because I've got the Cliff Racer.
Fire!
You will die, sheepskin.
In this case it didn't matter because I could always just trade with the 3/1 and I still have exact lethal, but yeah. Alright, so that puts us at 3-1. Let's go ahead and play a last game. We're back at rank 9. Alright, let's try and win this game and actually do some climbing. So we started at rank 10. So let's see where we end up after this game. Tnat team. Alright, so last guy. Rank 5. Wow. Okay. I think this is the same. Is this the same guy from earlier? No. Different ramp scout. Well, he's rank 5, so if I beat this guy, then I'll probably end up at like rank 7 or something. And if I lose to him, then I will only drop like 2 ranks. Alright, so the question is, what's the game plan here? I do have a very aggressive hand. So do I just play aggressive? The problem is that I don't have an answer to a Fighter's Gold recruit.
If I fall, they
And there's the Fighter's Gold recruit. Yeah, that's a problem. I could just attack and play Pyro. Nah, I want to get more out of my Pyros. So we'll just play the Kinsman, because the Kinsman doesn't actually trade with it, so he needs to invest something else in. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have flossed out the 4/4, because it kind of forces me into this like weird 2-3-4. Crushing Blow, sure. There's the Smuggler. Yeah, so now I have to pretty much play on 2-3-4 curve with the Flask, which is maybe not the best way of using the Flask.
Die, sweet.
Oh, there's a bat. Now we can kill that off next
Come
turn.
dance with death.
Yeah, I'll just play the smuggler. So if he has his own smuggler, he can move over and then attack, but then I've got pyro, which just destroys it, so. He wants to gain life, so if he attacks me, I draw a card. And that is good enough. And I think we're going to try this 1-for-1 game plan again, because last time I think it could have worked if I'd just drawn some leaf lurkers. So let's try and see if we can actually get this to work again now that I have drawn leaf lurkers. At least that is the plan. Snake-tooth necklace does allow me to get past this, but so does pyromancer, so we're just going to go for the pyromancer. Yeah, play the pyro first,
Dance with death.
because it leaves me with a 3-3. And just pass. He is gaining a lot of life, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be missing a lot of attacks this game. So him gaining some life is actually pretty inconsequential. Second werebat. Okay.
I'll kill you where you stand.
So we take the trade, and then we're just going to play the snake tooth to keep that alive. So we're pretty much even on cards and almost even on board. I've got double vigilance, but I can't actually play them till next turn, which is slightly concerning. That's annoying. Alright, that's a leaf lurker target then.
Forest is my cloak.
There goes one leaf lurker on his side, which is actually kind of important. I could just take the damage. I think I do. I'm not that low. I mean, I'm on 25, so I think I just take the damage in the name of value here. And it seems to have worked out. It obviously depends on what his plays are. I do have a Vigilant Giant. Blood Magic Lord. Oh boy. Okay, so just take the double trades here.
Come dance with death.
I really want to draw a ping effect here, but I think it's way too risky. So we'll just play the Vigilant. Yeah, we're just drawing a Thieves Guild. So if he plays, say, a Crushing Blow, then he can get a second Blood Magic spell here. Blood Magic Lord is the only one of his big win conditions I'm actually scared of, because it guarantees 2 or 3-for-1s, whereas the other ones are very, very easy for me to handle. Like Nahaglyph just dies to Leaf Lurker, Red Brahman isn't actually that impacting. Tazcad's a bit concerning, but I do have the silences that deal with it very, very cleanly, so I'm less concerned about those. That's not good. That is not good. Earthbone Spinner. That lets me deal with it. So he's on 37, so I can just attack him with the giant freely. Maybe I should have saved the Drain Necklace from earlier. Although he did use a Leaf Lurker to kill that. But if I had done that, then I could gain a lot of life later on. Yeah, maybe. Difficult to say. Nahaglyph as well. Alright, so he's just putting everything in one lane. This is a problem. Like, this is a serious, serious problem. So, he did not have a method of dealing with Vigilant Giant. So I think I just go for Vigilant Giant.
Come dance with
Yeah, maybe this is not going to work. I mean, I'm just kind of feeling out the scout matchup right now because it's the one matchup that I'm a little bit sketchy on how I actually play with this deck. It appears that this sort of works, but I need to draw ping effects as well as my Leaf Lurkers. I need to save them. And if I don't, then this happens. And I just die. So I think, yeah, I need to rethink how I actually play this a little bit. Or maybe change my playstyle depending on how I draw. Yeah, because this feels a little bit like if I decide my game plan early on, then I'm sort of just leaving myself down to luck of the draw, whereas my opponent is always going to draw fairly uniformly, so I think that's probably a mistake. Yeah, I need to rethink how I play that matchup a little bit, because it's just not working. I mean, it's possible that the matchup itself is just bad, but that's not always the case. I mean, like, bad matchups... Okay, so I might as well talk about this a little bit. Bad matchups do exist, but how you play against those bad matchups actually has a fairly big impact on how many of those you win. So anyway, so the 5 games we played today, we had a lot, a lot of purple actually. 4 purple decks. So we had Crusader deck, and 2 losses were to 2 High Legend Scouts. And we got 1 win against a strange aggro-ish scout deck, and then also Spellsword. So the deck I'm having issues against is definitely Ramp Scout with this particular build, as it seems. I'm trying to think. The rest of the losses I've had with this have been, yeah, there's the aggro archers and 1 to assassin. Scout. Yeah, it's mostly just an aggro archer. So this deck seems to only really be losing to aggro archer and ramp scout. Yeah, those are the 2 matchups that I really have to watch out for. And I think it might just be a case of bad matchup, but it also might be a case of how I'm playing the matchup themselves. So I do really need to practice a little bit more and have a look at those games a little bit more, see if I can play them differently. But anyway, so we started at rank 10 today. We're at rank 11 now, so that kind of sucks. But we did go 3 and 2, so it's not all bad. But anyway, thank you for watching my first episode of Legend to Rank 1. If you like the content, please subscribe. If you have any feedback, want to ask me any questions about this particular series, put it in the comment section below. But as for now, it's been Jotto, signing off.